So in a way, as we come together tonight, and by the way, greetings and love to all of you, we realize, even as I look at these amazing, amazing reflections from so far beyond, these are like billions of light years away. It's just so confounding. It's so mystically inspiring to just live in a time where we get to see this. It's These are photos. Just absolutely amazes me the wonder of this one universe. And we know that the possibility exists of not only other worlds, but other universes. And that is a very expansive um, possibility, recognition on the wonders of the oneness, is it not? In spite of all this, so we see what's going on in the world. We see and perceive the challenges out there, but we also have challenges in ourselves, do we not? I had this beautiful realization that in August we started our adventure into sanctifying the stream. And I have to say, quite honestly, it's been one challenge after another just for me personally. I'm not sure about you, but I can say that just immediate world, immediate responsibilities, all stacked up there. And you can even hear a little bit of this, a little bit of nasal. So uh, I acknowledge that in your presence. And just to say I'm on the other side of it. This particular experience, this last little challenge, came as a result just dealing with the minutia of the world. Those things that, oh my gosh, I forgot to get gas in my car, or oh, what's this charge on my credit card? Or how come that person's looking at me? I mean, there's just so many little minutia things and bills to be paid and all of that. And um, I really reflected back, and I know that um, that those of you who are with us tonight, many of you really consistently track our work on the moons and our work on Sanctify the Dream. Well, what I realize that we're doing, it's so obvious. It is so obvious what we're doing. Our presence, our field, our link and connections to 5D, our attempts to move sanctified energy from the higher planes, the Buddhic and Atmic plane, which is one of the things that we're really working on in Sanctify, but also in here, is challenging the very premise, the very grid system of time space. So when you say, oh, time space, I see you as a dream, it goes, oh, yeah, really? Oh, but do you remember that you have to do this? And by the way, did you know that there was fraud in your credit card? And by the way, this person that you know has cancer. And by the way, and on and on. And you go, yeah, I realize that I am living in body, in time space, in 3D, 4D. Made an agreement, decided to come here, went through lots of permeations of manifestation. Here I am. Yes, and I have an intention. And I know you have an intention as well. And if you're here tonight, your intention is to do good in the world and for the world. I want you to feel into that for a moment. Your intent. to do good, to be good, to do the best you can in any given moment. More than that, to do good for the world. Not only that, to do good for the world so that the world gets to be good. To do good in the world and for the world so that the world gets to be good. And good, yes, is the polarization of bad. But by good, we mean reflection, reflective of the spiritual elements of this oneness that we are, that we're perceiving here. This like absolutely unbelievable expression that's moving, rotating, spiraling. The light is somehow able to travel for what we perceive as billions of years. And we're just now seeing it. It's mind-blowing. And here we are. So when I realized that, I was speaking to a dear friend, and I spoke and just how I felt the challenge of being in time space, not being of time space, yet having that effect of upgrading time space to include the sanctified realms, the expanded dimensions, the elevated planes of intuition and spirituality, to include that in a way that's palpable. Well, here we're touching it, we're feeling it. Yes, I'm attached to seeing it out in the world. Little by little, I'm having to let go of that attachment. And here's what I experienced. This one night where there was a lot of struggle in this physical vehicle, I finally started traveling and traveling and traveling and traveling and traveling out to the reaches, the far reaches of what could be delineated as time space. I got to the very edge of it, and I could see just before somebody, myself or you or us, dip into that 5D manifestation of possibility of this world, this dream. Yeah. I ran into my attachment. And I ran into my ability to get swayed into all of this rather than into knowing, feeling that my intent to be here and be present has merit. And so we're calling it the merit of intent. This is what my friend relayed to me. She says, wait a minute. I want you to realize the merit of your intent. So if you're showing up here, A, because you want to evolve in some way, you want to take the next steps, that is merit. If you're here because it feels right to be in a field or a group or to participate in a meditation, that has merit. If you're knowing that somehow working on the inner planes is the way that you need to work for the good of all, that has merit. And if nothing else, you're willing to bring your presence of love, 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 your avatar, your I am, and whatever you are able to bring through from the other realms into this field, that has merit. So what does that merit allow us to do? It allows us to soften against or soften that nagging feeling of doubt that what we're doing is making a difference. So you just take a moment. You just feel into, if you would be so kind, feel into your intention. Your intent. You see, the word intent to me says empowered intention. Empowered meaning you have power. You're putting your power behind that intention. That is intent. And intent is this. Do you see what we see before us? The intent of oneness to expand, evolve, and express is this that we're seeing. And those little tiny dots you see in the distance, those are entire galaxies. This is the galaxy, but there's entire galaxies. It's a phenomena that we cannot even register really fully. And yet we take our heartfelt intention and we align with that one intent to participate in a way that our soul is calling us forth to do. And as a person who shares this, I bless you. However, I am able to bless anyone, I bless you for that. So with that in mind, I believe that this is a moment where we can now close our eyes and drop into some love, love, love. And if you would be so kind as to feel the power of your true self engaging as love, love, love. And take this moment, if you would be so kind, to see, to feel, to remember past moments, even in the last few months or time that we have spent together, and go, right, that's where I step forward as love. That's where I step forward without judgment. That's where I took a moment and loved myself. That was a moment where I was just kind because it felt right. So I want you to share a little of the love with yourself in this moment. Please love yourself for just how much you've evolved. Be specific if you're able. And then as you do so, feel the pulse of love, 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 and more love shifting and sliding through our field. It's like someone has a paintbrush and they're painting a swath of love. And as you own this pulse of love, you bring yourself ever deeper into the field as a presence of love. It's like a slight nod of the head up and down, like, okay, yeah, I am changing ever deeper into a manifestation of I am love. So, in this way, aha, I am sanctifying this dream. I am sanctifying this manifestation of time space around me in those moments with my presence, with my love, with my kindness, a conscious consideration. In any number of circumstances where I could just be entitled and bratty. No. Look to how you have influenced the dream. Take the next step forward and see yourself as the one. Knowing even the dream is the one, even though it represents an illusion. It's an interesting experiment. Okay, I'm going to give you the illusion you're separate. And then I'm going to sit back and watch and see how y'all are going to solve the puzzle, the conundrum. I'm going to give you the chance to, or the experience to not be one, 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 love, love, love. And then I'm going to grow as you figure it out in your spiral of evolution, just as all of these galaxies are spiraling around and moving away from the Big Bang at an incredible speed. It's all a huge, gorgeous dance. And we are in the mirror of the dance. Hmm. The cool thing is you get to make choices. Are you going to align with the old descriptions brought upon you by someone who had old descriptions? Or are you going to consult your intent? Say, now, 3 times this coming week, I'm going to remember I am. I am power. I am light. I am love. I'm going to do that. And I might waver in my ability to hold that for more than 7 moments. But my intent is to engage. And that has merit. Love, love, love. And allowing your heart now, then that love, 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 to spiral outwards from you, clockwise like a galaxy. Just spiral out. Let it get bigger than your house, bigger than your neighborhood, bigger than your city. And beyond. Be a center of the universe of I am. It's it's a moment we have to remember to engage in because it does not come naturally. I am love. As the one, I am one. As the one, in this moment, I remember I am the one. And as the one, I am love. Hmm. engage. In this next period of moments, that we will measure and engage in, if only by the waxing of the moon, not using any references to time space, but the waxing of this dreamscape we call the moon. This is enfolding, shall we say, this is a scape to which one might unfold an intent to take the next deepening step towards full realization of self as love. And it can be any size step that is exactly right for you in this now. I'm going to remember to be love when I wake up in the morning. I'm going to be love when I look in the mirror. I'm going to be love when I engage with technology. I'm going to be love when I engage with people I've never met. And this can be a chosen intent for this next series of moments until we next meet. But, and it is important that to engage with self as I am love is the first step. And by that I mean, if you are love, how can you not but love that which is love, which is you? Oh, yes. Okay. All right. If you're going to put it that way, I surrender. Hmm. Can you imagine what would happen if everybody woke up tomorrow and went, oh my golly, I am love. And as love, I love. And as love, I love that which is love, which is, oh my gosh, that's me. I get to love myself unconditionally. This is a vision that I would love to see. So blessings do render upon thee, even as we speak, so lovingly. Accept those blessings now. Allow them to filter down through those thought forms that might speak to you in contradiction to what we have engaged in tonight. You say to those thought forms, never more to be. As you notice them, send them off packing. 1, 2, 3. Allowing those blessings to run deeply into body, mind, and that which you call self. Mm. Allow those blessings to form a form of cleansing of any negative thought forms that do confound you and your path. Mm. Sometime tonight, before you are through with this day, see if you can go take a glance out the window. Survey the stars and planets and how they do move even as the earth moves through the sky. Mhm. And thank you for bringing the blessing of your love, especially a love for us, the IC, to our field tonight. We have a gorgeous, beautiful moon cycle ahead. We've had some breakthrough. Anything that has been a challenge to clears and becomes clear, becoming a blessing. And namaste, love, love, love.